Hey guys, I'm Terry, and that's Nick, and we are ready here to talk about the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils. This is the closest series when it comes to odds of who's going to win. This is the closest series, and I think it makes a whole lot of sense that this is the closest one. But we'll jump into it, and we'll start with me first this time. How can the New York Rangers win? And for me, not rely on Patrick Kane, but or Tarasenko, but both of those guys, new additions to this team, both have won cups. You have added in some veteran depth to this team. You have the better goaltender for New York. You win the series by relying on Shesterkin, getting a good performance from Shesterkin, but also getting playoff performances from Patrick Kane, getting the experience, and just beating this Devils team with your experience. I think that's how the Rangers win this series. Um, Nick, Rangers, how do they win?
Yeah, they get a good performance from the second best goalie in New York. It's all about Igor in this series, really for them. He was able to carry them to an Eastern Conference Finals last year. Can he do it again this year? Maybe. I lean the other way in this series, and we'll get into that a little bit later during the series predictions. But definitely, I don't think the Rangers are the better overall team here. I really don't. They're going to have Igor be the deciding factor in this series. He's going to need to make the timely saves. He's going to need to stand on his head a few games. And that's how the Rangers can win this series because I think talent wise, the Devils haven't beat. So, yeah, I think that in order for the Rangers to win this series, it's going to have to be on the back of Igor. Pretty plain and simple for me.
Yeah, I can agree with that. How can the New Jersey Devils win? They're back to the playoffs this year. For I think for a few years it's been, but
Mm-hmm.
how can they win this series?
Pretty simple. Speed kills. This is a faster, younger team. This New Jersey Devils team. Uh, Use your top end talent. Jack Hughes, get him involved. We saw the emergence of Dawson Mercer this year. Nico Heischier get scoring from some of your top guys and your depth. You went out and got Timo Meyer during the trade deadline. He needs to show up in this series as well. And you need to get decent goaltending from Vitek Vanacek. I think goaltending is the most important thing throughout the entire playoffs because we've seen teams get carried throughout series and all the way to cup appearances because of goalies. Not going to name any names, anything like that, Carey Price, but we've seen goalies be able to just be remarkable and make and just will their team to Stanley Cups. And we can see that from Igor. So they gotta be able to find a way to beat Igor in this series and get their young, fast talent outdo them and outspeed them because that's the type of way that the Devils will win the series is just use their talent advantage use their talent as an advantage in this one here, and be able to just be able have to score goals and have to figure out a way to beat Igor. So it's pretty simple. It's just use your top end talent.
All right. And I think the Devils can win this series by doing a lot of things they did in the regular season against this Rangers team. Yes, regular season, playoffs, completely different animals. But this Devils team had been dominated by New York for a long time until this season 3-0-1 against the Rangers this year. If they can do that here in the playoffs, then this series will be done in 4 or 5 games. Obviously, I don't expect that. Um, but they played very well against the Rangers in the regular season. If they can bring that into the postseason, uh, they can win the series. I agree with Nick. They're the faster, the younger team. Um, Experience definitely matters, but so does speed. If the Rangers get tired here, um, then the Devils can definitely win using their youth and speed. Series predictions, I I can't. My only prediction is that this game goes 7 games, and I think the Devils having home ice. I think the Devils can probably maybe win it in 7, But this is a really tough series. I could really see anything happening here. Um, I don't see a sweep by either team, but we've seen surprises in the past, so anything can happen. But I think this is a really tough series to predict, and I think that's why the odds are how they are. Nick, New York, New Jersey. Who do you think wins this series?
Devils in 6 or 7 is what I'm thinking for this series. I bet the Devils minus 115 to win the series. I think they are the better overall team. And I don't know about that. I don't know if both aren't going past round two. I think this matchup in the first round is a bad thing for both teams because it's going to be a complete bloodbath this series. This is going to be a very aggressive series and things along those lines. This is not a series that I would like to play 7 games and then have to play another series after. So this is definitely not a series that you can have longevity in the playoffs. That being said, I also did grab a little bit of Devils Eastern Conference and Cup tickets as well. I got their let's see what their Eastern Conference was. I got their Cup at 12-1, and I got them to win the East at 750. So I think the Devils can make a run. I'm thinking Devils Lightning in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's kind of the way I set up my futures. Um, Either Devils Lightning or Islanders Lightning would be the two that I would really want because I have futures on all 3 of those teams. But I'm really high on this Devils team. I think this is a dark horse out of the East that not many people are talking about because everybody's talking about the Boston Bruins. Everyone's talking about the Lightning. Everybody's talking about the Hurricanes. Obviously, the 2 division winners there. And then the Rangers. Everybody loves the Rangers. They got Patrick Kane. They got Tarasenko. They made all these big splashy moves. Give me the Devils in 6.
All right. I totally forgot what I was going to say, but totally forgot. I think this is going to be a very close series, and yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this one. I don't have much of a feeling about this one. I think this is a 50-50 type series, but that is it for this one. We'll see you along in the next one, and have a good